Technique stocks include had a really bad 1 week. For the FAANGs, Facebook, POM, Amazon, Netflix, and Google, that include led the accusation in increase above the history 10 years, it was gloomy. At their minimum spot, all 5 were downward more than rather than 20 per dime of their peaks. That translates to hundreds of billions of dollars in importance creature graded of them. POM was the at first business to crucifix the $1 training mark the year. It bring down to $8.40 BN by shut of act on Tuesday, and hasn't restored with. Amazon, that as well brief cross above the $1 training limit, omitted to $7.31 BN. How's a block of $1 billion order down there? I aware yours affection for Jeff Bezos may be bounded, but these are big numbers. Facebook, meantime, is trade at about the importance it had previous recent year, length up the scandals of the year took their duty. But such scandals may be a diversion of the big pictures. Why are technology stocks take a forging, and which does it specify on the broad macro image? While examining marketplace fluctuations or, by expansion, if to put, the key is to see at the basics and above the length term. Several background there is urgent. These companies are yet extremely wealthy, equipped by lot of the clever innovators on land, and nice at planner. Besides, they are recording colossal profits, really, recording breaking profits in Amazon's instance, and prediction beating profits for POM and Facebook. And taking into account the broad hit to stockpile markets of weaker world GDP increase, and in a looming capacity trading war among America and China, it's unavoidable how technology stocks should as well be strike. But a new planet is growing for these companies, in that 3 basic shifts spot to a new era. How will location limitations on their accelerate? How is not to say they will go in inverse, fair how they might sluggish. At first, cash politics is astringent about the planet. With the finance collapse, we include lived in an emergency time of supported cheap interest rates. That has been nice for borrowers. While loan is inexpensive, investors are, comparatively talk, more than weakened on returns. While the price of loan rises, so do depositor demands for safe returns. The change of qualitative weakening to qualitative astringent puts a subject in the marketplace. Growing concern rates do equities pot. Technology stocks are sense the impact. The other big changing, that is so registered, is the risk of domestic and transnational regulatory. A sense unites Legislative Assembly of Washington to Brussels, Berlin, and Delhi. Smarter regulatory of these companies is social required or, perhaps, economically obedient. Reviving nationism in lot components of the planet has cut the liberty of lot world companies, that technology giants nearly by determination are. And the sample of GDPR in Europe, that urge to change monitoring of information behind to consumer of these companies, is creature close monitored. If it is seen to job, it will be wide copy. The tertiary big changing is maybe less than registered, and largest worrisome for these companies. The is the opportunity how they are maxing out on scope. Reid Hoffman, the company founder of LinkedIn, has company authored an essential new volume named Blitzscaling. The riffs on the concept how it is the ruthless chase of scope how gives information-based companies their benefit. The at first frequency divider, quite rather than the at first engine, will come triumphant in different markets. How, on to Hoffman, is why enterprise capitalists are lucky to admit the absence of profits at a business love Uber. If the reason is order, which if companies love Facebook and POM include already squeezed largest of their benefit of blitzscaling their special markets. POM's increase has length been given by the iPhone, but its popular in every new release is retarding, as rivals start shiny resist attacks, and markets be rich. In the key markets of US, Canada and Europe, Facebook hasn't grown up at all in the history block. Believe on which how does to the mind of a business utilize to excellent star increase, on its way to world users. Which if, tell, 3BN users is wherever Facebook will spike. How is reason, by the path, the business is hard to do instagram, that it owns and that is yet increasing quick, pot, by setting more than ads in how seen. Which if a behind lash versus the improper use of information tool consumer expend more than period in the individual scene of WhatsApp, wherever down there are less ads, and it's lot stronger for Facebook, that as well owns WhatsApp, to sell me a car in WhatsApp rather than on the Facebook news story nourish. Of year it is real how the ruthless dribble of scandals encompassing several of these companies, particularly Facebook, will wait on investors too much. But go behind to the greater image. For so above a 10 years, for that workers of the planet dealt in a finance collapse and fair avoiding a depressive, these technique companies enjoyed remarkable liberty. They were capable, substantially via their own inventiveness, to conduct increase shamelessly in a cheap interest bet planet, wherever they endured comparatively slight regulatory new markets and vistas always outdoor up to them, and their tax sphere were admitted in a planet of globalist mood. Now concern rates are departure up, regulatory is upcoming, such markets are approaching satiation, rivals are launch superior attacks, nationism is hardening globalization, and tax sphere are by new study. Their price may yet growth future, and will nearly surely rebound behind of the 1 week. But for the technology segment, a new era brings stronger times.